When it comes to helping and supporting an artist, the information's just too general out there. You don't understand why or how it helps, and I want to fill in those blanks. So in this video right here, I'm going to give you the best ways to help support an artist for free and paid ways too. Here we go. Hey, what is up all you awesome people? Wowd here to help you become bigger and better. And this video is for people that are artists themselves or want to help out somebody that's an artist. And we're going to break this down into two sections. We're going to start with free and then move on to paid ways to help a fellow artist. Starting with free, the best and simplest way is word of mouth. Yeah, when you're around with your friends or family and they're, bringing up a subject that's around what that artist does, don't be afraid to talk about it. Word of mouth is one of the best ways to expand an artist's presence and brand. The reason word of mouth is so powerful because it shows that you have a passion and a knowledge about the artist that you're talking about, which is going to reflect to the group of people or the person you're talking to, which can in turn lead to follows on social media or even sales. That leads us into our next one. Follow them on all of their social media accounts. Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube, whatever they have, follow there. The reason this is important is because it actually helps validate their brand as an artist, because other brands or other artists may see those social media accounts. And yeah, things sometimes do get measured by numbers. The higher their viewer count is, or the higher their subscriber or member count is, it helps validate them as an artist. Plus, it's going to help them reach a wider audience. Now, when you follow that artist on all their social media accounts, the next thing you need to do to help support them is engage. Don't forget to repost, retweet, engage with the Facebook messages and their emails. And if you know them personally, hey, don't be afraid to reach out to them and text them. Exposure helps broaden their brand, but also helps expand their art to reach new audiences again. And this helps with a lot of algorithms on many social media websites and platforms. The more engagement and the more positive outcomes, the more it has the potential to get shared, which could expand and explode their art. Now, there's a secret to when you use social medias. Make sure that you tag the artist, or at the very least, you, if you're an artist, put a watermark or copyright, whatever you need to on it, because a lot of people steal art or put it on their channel. At least this way, when you watermark it or tag it, you're gonna get the credit, hence you'll get the exposure. To give a little extra tidbit to the social media engagement, when you can add positive engagement, that helps a ton. Again, it goes back into the validation of that account. So when other people see it, if it's a positive and good vibe community, trust me, more people start rolling in easily. So every time they post something, hey, leave a positive comment and help them engage with that post. One of the coolest things that anyone ever did for me that is a great way to help support an artist for free is they or you can create some fan art. That way you can share it with your community and tag the artist, or they can do the same on their side. Making creative fan art is one of the coolest ways to help support an artist for free. If you want to help support an artist for free and you're an extrovert, a great way to do so is help them sell art in person. Now, if they sell it at fairs, trade shows, events, farmers markets, anything like that where they can get a little bit of in-person exposure, gonna be honest, us artists can sometimes be a little introverted, and it's hard for us to talk to people, especially about our art when we want to sell it. But if you're a little more of an extrovert and a little more personable, you can help break the ice. You can wave to people as they go by, say, hey, how about you come check out our art over here? You can help engage in the sale, tell a story about the art. That way, it's a little easier to bridge that gap. And I tell you this with complete honesty, because I've sold a ton of art in person and helped others sell art in person. This is a game changer, and it will double or maybe even triple your sales when you go to events like this. This is a huge one. Another great way to help support an artist for free that gets underutilized all the time. If you're the person out there that perhaps is a boss, has an office, or maybe you have your own restaurant or store, don't be afraid to reach out to that artist and say, hey, I will be more than happy to hang your artwork in my said place of business, and then put a little plate that explains what the art is or who the artist is, and also have a price so that way I can sell it for you and give the commission to you. This is a great way to help an artist because it gives them more exposure, it gives them more validation behind their art, and honestly, you would be surprised at how many sales you can make going this route. When you sell your art through a gallery, it's kind of a bullshit way of doing things. There are so many hidden fees or they take such a huge commission. I would know, I live very close to Laguna Beach, California, known for selling art and commissions. They take huge chunks. Sometimes it can be as low as 15%. And sometimes as high as 65%. Sometimes they even charge you for just space on a wall per week and per month. It's a lot of money. So if you can offer this to them, it's huge. And by the way, if you have any blank walls in your office or restaurant or anything like that, it's gonna improve the flow and look of your store because it's gonna obviously make it that much cooler and obviously add a little more color to your life and to the store. That right there is legitimately the best ways to help support an artist for free. I know, I've used them all and I've gone through all the trials and tribulations to make these work, but I wanted you to understand why they work or how to use them properly. You can't just take somebody's tweet, repost it, and hope for it to explode. Now, it takes a little bit more work than that, and you need to know why it would help in the first place. But let's move on to the paid versions of how you can help support an artist. Obviously, number one is you can buy their art for yourself or for a friend. This is gonna help them obviously monetarily because they're gonna get a little bit rid of their inventory one piece at a time, but it feels so good as an artist when somebody thinks your art is good enough to buy and hang on their wall or even give away as a present to somebody that may fit their style and color. If you're one of those awesome people that bought a piece of art, hey, you're awesome, but you have to do one more step that gets overlooked all the time. If they sell their art on something like Etsy or their own personal website or anything in between, you need to make sure that you rate the experience and write a review. Obviously, rank it, 1 out of 5 stars. Hopefully it's on the higher end because you want to help support them. But write a review that's positive, concise, and clear. What this does is it helps validate other buyers that are coming in. Talk about the art or talk about the shipping process or talk about how quickly you got it or talk about how it brings your room together. There's so many things that will help other artists other customers that are sitting on the wall or the edge and going, do I really want to spend a couple $100s or a couple $1,000? Let me look at the reviews and see what others say. This helps out huge, so make sure you do it. Also an important thing, I've been online for a number of years selling stuff. And when you write a review, it also helps validate to others that may not purchase much online that you're a real person and that you're a real store and that their money won't be stolen or anything like that. So writing a review helps in more ways than you possibly knew. Speaking of artwork, if they don't have any artwork that you currently like that's listed on their store, a great way to help support an artist is, you can commission a piece of artwork. And this is great because you get something tailored a little bit more towards you. And the artist is gonna realize that you're following their art or you've been kind of engaging with it to where you can get something that's gonna work with them in tandem. And it's a fun experience for the artist and the customer, and it's a great way to help support the artist. A great one that a lot of people don't think about or probably don't take the time to make is if they offer any online courses or something like Skillshare that you can sign up for, hey, that's a great way to help support an artist. And it's nice because generally these come from more professional artists out there that take the time and energy to make a really tailored course or lesson plan, if you will, that's gonna help you engage or get farther in your art career. Take a look to see if they offer them, and if they don't, hey, you may want to ask if they plan to offer any in the future, because that may be the stepping stone that they need to take that step. And it's awesome. You get a little bit more information from those tailored courses and lesson plans than you do from something like YouTube. Along with the online courses, another thing to consider is private events or workshops that they may offer in person. I've done this a couple of times at a few conventions, and it's nice when people come up to you, they say they've watched your videos or they follow your art on Instagram, and they can take a lesson from you right there if that's what you're offering, or you're displaying your art and selling it and they will buy a piece. It's a great way to help support an artist because sometimes in this whole digital world, it's a world of anonymity and people don't really interact, but when they show up in person, you get such a different side of people and it makes the artist feel good. And trust me, it's a nice warm feeling. I've done this a lot at a few conventions and I love talking to the people that come up to me that say, hey, I've seen you on YouTube or I've seen your artwork. Thank you so much for helping me on my journey. Hey, I kind of want to let you in on a little bit of a secret. All the artists that you see on YouTube that do tutorials and lessons, it costs a lot of money to make that video. The canvas, the supplies, the paint, the thinners, the brushes, all that stuff week in, week out costs sometimes a lot of money. Thus, a great way to help support an artist is you can send them supplies, canvases, brushes, colors, things that they've always wanted to try. Maybe they want to do, I don't know, experiment with watercolors or another art medium, or there's a paint in your region or area that you can send to them that they want to test out. If they have a PO box, which is the safest way to do it, don't be afraid to send them some awesome supplies. For me, doesn't go along the painting side, but I've had people send me whiskeys. I'm a huge whiskey drinker. And when you get a gift from one of your community members or anything like that, it's so cool because it's like a personal connection and it shows that someone out there truly cares about you and your creative adventures. Now, if you want to send me something, hey, I do love my whiskeys and I've also been known to dabble in my gin. So don't be afraid to reach out to me. Since we're on the subject of how art is so expensive, one of the best and simplest ways is you can just send the artist you want to support a direct donation. And there's many ways to do this. Most artists that have a bio on their Instagram or Twitter or their website will generally have something like a link tree where it has a donation panel that you can click on and send funds through a website like PayPal. Nice and easy, clean and effective. Leave a nice message. I've had people do this to me and I thank every one of you out there that sent me $1 or a couple bucks. It means a lot to me. But a way that you can really make this work better is the fact that you can tell other artists out there to set up donation acceptance. They have to have a PayPal account, get an in-link bio like a link tree. There's tons out there, and they can insert that donation URL in there and they can start getting donations sent to them. If they're a YouTube artist, in beta at the moment, I hope to get it myself, is right next to where the subscriber button will go is a button, I believe it's called Giving Thanks. If you liked the video you watched, or perhaps it answered a question, gave you a nice solution and answer, you can click on this button and instantaneously it'll send you like $1, $3, $5, I forget what the numbers are, but it helps a lot. I would love to have that because I know a lot of people come to me for a direct answer and they want to help me, and that would be a great way. But sending funds directly is a great way to help support an artist that is on their journey. Simple as that. It's awesome. If you really want to help out an artist and support them on their creative journey, you have to do it monetarily just because, like we said, so much of this costs so much money. Making the videos, painting the art, running your own store, making sure that you have hosting fees paid for, and all the stuff of shipping in that material. And one of the best ways you can do it is become a paid member to a paid subscription site. There's so many out there. You have things like Patreon or Ko-fi, Kickstarter, GoFundMe, or on this very YouTube channel here, when they unlock it, you can have YouTube channel members. What that does is when you become a member of that, you are help supporting that creative journey that artist or that channel is on monetarily. Now, YouTube takes something like 50% or 40%, and all these websites take a certain percentage, but the remaining funds go to me. And this way we can have a cool community and you can make up generally your own price points. For as low as $1 on my channel, you can help support me, and about 50 cents of that goes to me at month's end. And it's a great way to help support an artist because, to be honest, $1 is not gonna hurt you that much, but you're gonna get way more than $1 worth of information every week or every month I pump out videos. And plus, trust me, you're going to enjoy it. So don't be afraid to become a paid subscription member or something like a paid YouTube member. And if they don't have this, hey, don't be afraid to suggest it to the artist, because it is scary asking your community for money. But if I didn't make a little bit of money doing this, I wouldn't be able to do it as often or as much. And I do truly love helping all new artists out there. So shameless promotion, if you've got the ability to subscribe or become a YouTube channel members to this channel right here, I would love nothing more than it. For as low as $1, you can help support me in my creative journey and give you some awesome videos and sprinkle in a little bit of humor at time, and also the great hair. I know, the ladies love it. And those are legitimately the best ways to help out and support an artist for free and paid ways. If there's one that I missed, because hey, technology changes and new ways open up, do me a favor and let me know your favorite way to help support an artist down below in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and maybe click on that YouTube channel member. I'd love to have you. I send out a lot of cool pictures every now and then. But if you need more help to support your fellow artists, or maybe you're an artist and you need some cool things to do, check out these videos over here to the side, because trust me, they're awesome. I'll check you all later. Take care. And of course, peace.